Hello everyone, Mystic here. Welcome back to A Hat in Time. Last time we finished off all the rifts within Chapter 2. And now that we've done with Chapters 1 for now and 2, let's do Chapter 3 already. Since we needed to defeat the well to obtain the hookshot to actually finish Chapter 2, we then decided to finish the rest of the normal missions. This leaves the boss and the rifts. We've already located where one of the rifts is, being the purple rift. The other two, though, don't seem that familiar. But with that out of the way, let's head to the boss. As you can tell, the Snatcher is going to be the boss. But the timepiece is already there. Quite strange, is it not? I warn you right now, no matter what hat you have, no matter what badges you have, none of it will matter.
Guess who else just became obsolete? That's right. You. Now that possessed outhouse isn't bothering me anymore, and all those contracts of yours are tidied away, I don't need you around. Besides, you didn't think I was gonna let you keep all these timepieces, did you? They fell in my forest, kid. They belong to me!
Seems to be Snatcher also knows the true identity of the timepieces. And he proceeds to steal our hat. And as thus, the fight begins. We cannot use any hat abilities or badge abilities. And the Snatcher has quite a variety of attacks. Just as he said, he ain't gonna be turning blue anytime soon. The best reasoning for that is he's technically a ghost. So why would we be allowed to hurt a ghost? And as you can see, he's trying to cheat the game a bit, but we can still defeat it. And now he's even mimicking our design. Now, as you're going to learn real soon, these potions he's throwing are our main weapon.
Did you just color me blue with my own attack? This can't count, right? Surely this doesn't count.
I'm sorry to say, Snatcher, this counts as you being blue. Meaning, you're now able to be hurt.
That does it. Time to die!
And with that, Snatcher's ramping up his attacks. With that attack, whatever eye he winks with is the one that he actually will be. And we can now actually strike him. All of his attacks are more chaotic, and they move even quicker. The main thing that we're waiting for is this attack, or the one where he winks to reveal which one's him. Stature doesn't have as much health as the Conductor or Grooves, but it's due to how little he would use these kind of attacks. Now, it's time to go and confront Stature about what he's doing.
I feel so weak. Please, have mercy.
Prepare for a jump scare, everyone.
Please, have a seat. All these timepieces landed in my forest. They are my property. So, let's make a deal, young lady. You get out of my forest, and we never see you again. How's that sound for a deal?
Well, we still want all the timepieces. We want to complete those rifts. But most importantly, we also want our soul back, please.
Too bad. You don't make the calls here. Here, I'll even make it easier for you. Now, all that's left is for you to sign it.
This contract is get out. What we need to do is get out. Just get out. The following parts of the forest will be available. None of it. Get out. The images are of Snatcher holding a sign saying to get out. Please take all your junk and leave. Looks like we can't do anything about this, so let's sign it. Or so we think. As that kid before finishing signing it completely changes it.
Contracts work, right?
Hatka doesn't care, Snatcher. She'll do what she wants, and if that's what she wants, that's what she'll do.
I'm giving you a chance to scram, kid. There's no catches or clauses this time. What if I give you your soul back? Will that make you leave?
You got your soul back. You feel relieved, energized, and just the usual amount of empty.
Yes? No? Hello? Are you there? Why aren't you saying anything?
Because we're a silent protagonist, Snatcher, that's what we do. We don't talk ever.
You're quite the character, aren't you? And a tough negotiator. Fine. I'll sweeten the deal for you. Here. Take my last timepiece. If I continue to see you around my forest after this, I'll be very disappointed.
And with that, we now can obtain his final timepiece that he has. And with our soul back, let's take it. And after completing Chapter 3's boss, thanks to the DLC of Seal the Deal, Snatcher comes into the house holding a book, which is actually very funny if I quickly use the camera correctly. How to kill kids. Chapter 1's a knife, Chapter 2 is poison. So let's talk to him quickly.
Nice place you got here, kiddo. What's up? Still alive and well, I see. What a shame. How about we fix that with a little deal? Tell you what, you do some fresh new contracts for me, and I'll reward you handsomely. If you survive, that is. I've got this little map for you. You'll notice I've marked just one contract on it for now. You'll have to complete it before you unlock the rest. Checks and balances, you know. And be careful, kid. These aren't your average everyday contracts. These are advanced contracts. We wouldn't want you to die on the job, right?
Welcome to Seal the Deal's deal part of it. This is a ton of missions given us by Snatcher, which can give us amazing rewards at the cost of being extremely dangerous. For now, we're gonna ignore this, as the deal part is extremely difficult. I'm also going to quickly hit this solely because it's going to annoy me eventually. Power has been restored in the attic. The chapter Time's End is now available. If you couldn't guess, that's where the final boss is. So for now, let's go on with the rifts. With the rifts, it doesn't matter what area we go to, as we've unlocked all the parts thanks to dealing with all the fire spirits. However, locations are the hardest things to remember. These being where we once were for one of the fire spirits, and something that we look like we've never encountered before, with the purple one being one we've already seen. So, let's go on, and let's just choose contractual obligation. Now, we're not going to follow the normal path. First,
not everything I sell is
due to us now having enough ponds, we're going to buy the final badge pin, giving us the ability to have 3 badges in total on. And we're also going to buy the no bonk badge, because hitting the wall and being knocked backwards is always annoying. And with that, we've almost got all of the best badges in the game available to use at once. If you're confused on what I'm talking about, there are 3 badges that you can consider the best in the game. We've already got 2 of them, being the hook shot and also being the hover badge. We are missing 1, but we have seen it in his shop before. And we're not doing the purple rift first, as since they're all connected to story, it makes sense to deal with blue rifts first. Because we don't want to go ruining the story on us, do we? Now, as we run over here, you might remember this is one of the areas. So let's run all the way along and let's hop up. Now, if you're questioning how do we get up to the rift, as it's there, it's not that hard of a mission. As we simply climb up to here, double jump and dash over. And here we are, one of the 2 blue rifts. Time Rift Village. Dweller bells are your main friend here. However, of course, as we have a dweller mask, we don't need to always rely on only the dweller bell. If it starts to run low on us, we can resort to the dweller mask. But for now, let's deal with some very fast vanishing cookies. And it's not going that badly for us. You can also see just up ahead is the timepiece. There we go. It isn't that hard to get over to the timepiece as long as you're able to react quick enough. And there it is. A 1-star colour. A 2-star hat flare. I will actually take this as it's for the sprint hat. The other blue rift is the hardest rift to locate. As you can now see, thanks to the sprint hat we got, that kid's wearing a little dinosaur hoodie. So now, with the other blue rift being in a very strange spot, we're going to need to try and figure out where it is. So we're going to head back into contractual obligations, as it's always going to be our #1 pick. And we're going to try and hunt for this other time rift. We already know that the pink one's behind us when we spawn in here.
Hello there. You look new around here.
So let's try going down by the village, perhaps. Of course, we're going to have the cutscenes and stuff from the initial mission.
You need to find the fire spirits to break this wall.
I have no clue what you're talking about, dear minion, but there is no wall there, as I've already dealt with the fire spirits. And here's Snatcher to have a chat. This is what the well actually looked like before we completed the mission. Blocked up and covered with ice around it. And as it appears to be, the village isn't home to what we're looking for. However, we can tell it's definitely not beyond the bridge because, well, here it is. Just next to the bridge. So, let's go on with it. As you can see, this one mostly is going to take advantage of falling platforms, and as you saw in the later end of it, it's going to take usage of hookshot. Here we go. And by attaching onto this one, all we got to do is align ourselves and hit the timepiece. Okay. A 2-star hat flare for the dollar mask. All that leaves now is our purple time rift. Once we've gotten the purple rift, we are perfectly fine. So, why don't we just go off and collect it? Now that we're here, we can also have a look at the new Dweller mask. Looks a bit off. But also, since we're going to have to head backwards, let's have a chat with Snatcher now that he's back at his home.
You again? I thought I made myself pretty clear last time, kiddo. We're done. Finished. Our working relationship is over. I'm not wasting any more clerical supplies on you. Now get the heck out of my forest.
And just like that, he states once again, he don't want us here. However, him saying about our business endeavours being over isn't exactly true, and we already know why, thanks to Seal the Deal. We know that there's still more to go. And believe me, there's a lot more to go. So, let's just go ahead and do the final thing in the forest, which is the Purple Rift. This Purple Rift might seem strange. There's a lot of sleeping things and a lot of ice in this one, as opposed to what you would actually believe is, well, the forest, dark and gloomy. But now things are even more crazy to think that they're all on fire. Oh, I seem to have fallen. As you can see though, there's a lot of picture book pieces for this one, with 9 in total. But you can also see several of these have multiple routes so you can go around. You can also see that there's no collision on that purple vine. And quickly climb onto that house. We already opened up the vault, but as you can guess, we're not quite done. Oh. Once again, recommend having the item badge on. As you can guess, since we've got 4 pieces, there we go. Now that there's 5, we can carry on. This area is full of just little things to do. However, unlike what we did back in Dead Mode Studio, the area is more linear, not as open air. You can also probably guess something doesn't feel right with how we only collected 1 picture book piece. Despite how much you might think there's more than 1, sometimes you do need to accept that there could just be 1. For as you can see, there's not really much place you could go. However, luckily, if you thought that it's a bit off that there's only 1, there is 1 behind here as well, being a bit cheeky. We've already got enough rift ponds for the next vault, but be warned, these ice platforms begin to fall. And down here is another picture book piece, not that hard to locate. And as you can probably guess, oh, I've been hit down. As you can probably guess, there is even less that you could potentially explore in this area. And this is the only safe ice platform of them all. That's only because it has the vault. Ow. I'm accidentally burning myself, which is not a good idea, but as you can see down here, a heart pond and our final picture book piece. I don't mind taking the damage to respawn back up here, as all we got to do is just walk over here, and we're done. That is Subcon Forest, and that is 30 timepieces in total. The Tale of Queen Vanessa. This story isn't actually exactly on the Snatcher. This one's different. There once was a prince and a princess that were in love. The village people were very kind to the princess, as she was nice to all of them as well. However, on her way in the village, she saw her prince holding another girl's hand. By seeing that, she felt heartbroken for knowing that her prince was in love with another girl. She ran away in absolute disdain and heartbreak. However, she only misjudged the scenario, as he was paying her for flowers for the princess. Upon returning home, he saw the princess just still crying away, but also being enveloped by darkness. That darkness started to change her body into a monstrosity, creating ice everywhere, and she sent the prince to the dungeon. The prince within that dungeon, being twisted by the darkness, died and became a ghost of his former self, that becoming the Snatcher. And as for the princess, she became Queen Vanessa, the very monstrous thing we had to run from back in the manor. And the game, after 2 of the same exact hat, is giving us an orchestral version of Your Contract Has Expired, which is honestly quite fitting. And with that, that is all of Subcon Forest now finished. However, we're not going directly to the boss quite yet, as if you remember a while ago, we unlocked 2 areas in here. I will say, the chapter through here and the chapter through there go beyond the one that's classified as the finale. However, I will be doing both of those before the finale. But for now, let's go on. The emergency button, perfectly designed for moments when you need a button to push it, but can't find anyone anywhere else. And next time in A Hat in Time, we're going to be going to Chapter 4, the Alpine Skyline. And we're going to be free roaming, as it says here. So, this is Mystic, and goodbye.